Hi guys, my name is Joe Gannon and I create videos every single week to help you maximize your LinkedIn content. In this video today, we're going to be discussing why you should make LinkedIn carousels. If you've been looking for a video on how to create the carousels, I do have a step-by-step tutorial which is going to appear on the screen somewhere right now. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you why, and I'll hopefully convince you about why you should be creating this type of content. In that video, I'll show you how to make carousels using Keynote on Mac, which is the same as Microsoft PowerPoint, and also you could be making them on Google Slides. So hopefully that's a tool that is accessible to all of us and does not require editing software like Final Cut or Premiere Pro. So be sure to give that video a watch, and please, if you enjoyed this video and you take any value from it, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because it really does help a tiny channel like mine. Okay, so why should you make LinkedIn carousels? So I want to start this video by giving you a summary of my main reasons why, because if you just want the takeaway message and then you want to go and implement, I definitely don't blame you. So here are my 5 reasons why you should be making LinkedIn carousels, and I've also got a bonus reason in there if you stick to the end of the video. So my first reason about why you should be creating LinkedIn carousels is that you should be posting original content. On LinkedIn, only 1% of users actually create content, which is pretty mad to think about it. That's really quite different to other social media platforms like Instagram, where you would say the majority of people do create posts. So if only 1% of people on LinkedIn are creating, how many people are actually creating LinkedIn carousels? So this is why you should be posting original content, and if you are posting carousels, you're definitely going to stand out in the feed. The majority of people on LinkedIn just create text posts. This is because this is the easiest form of content to produce. Then it's probably going to be images, because again, all you need to do is take a photo or just to find one online and attach it to your post. And then it's going to be videos, because videos take a lot of time to make. To create a LinkedIn carousel, it does require a little bit of time. So this is why you can actually get ahead and stand out in the feed by creating content that not many people are actually creating. Carousels are actually really easy to create, and I do recommend you check out my video on how to create them. And as I'll talk about later, it can actually be very time efficient once you've made your first carousel. Now, my second reason about why you should be creating LinkedIn carousels is that they allow for easy engagement. People know how to engage with this sort of content. We're all used to scrolling through content, and we're used to, for example, scrolling through images, like on Instagram if somebody uploads more than one image. So like I said at my first reason, carousels are underutilized content, which means not enough people are posting them. But this is just on LinkedIn. We see carousels regularly on Instagram and other platforms. And I would always advise you in your content on LinkedIn to be seeing what works on other social media platforms, because LinkedIn is very much an up and coming platform in terms of content, which means there's great benefits and rewards to be reaped if you start to use what works well on other social media platforms and you bring that to LinkedIn with your content. The nature of a carousel stops someone in their tracks and makes them scroll. And for LinkedIn, this highlights your post is high quality content, because it stops and it means someone is actually taking time on your content. LinkedIn as a business want people to stay on the platform for as long as possible. That way they can be serving you ads, which makes them money. For this reason, LinkedIn tracks things like watch time of videos, and also it tracks impressions. What I mean is, if someone is scrolling through their feed and they stop at your content, then they start to go through the content and perhaps read 4, 5, 6 of your slides, you're actually keeping that person on your content for longer, which means LinkedIn is going to be flagging your content up as favorable. This means your content be served to more people, and this is why we can see really good high quality metrics on carousel posts. If someone scrolled past your text post, they probably didn't actually consume that much information, yet that would still count as a view. Whereas in contrast with a carousel, one view is a lot more high quality, because someone maybe consumes the first slide and they go through all the way through your carousel. As I've alluded to, the third reason for why you should be creating LinkedIn carousels is that they stop people in their tracks. This is particularly the case if you've used a really great design, which I also do have a video on, which I'd love for you guys to check out. That goes into why you should be creating bold carousels using color and branding it to really design your carousels in a way that maximizes attention. My fourth reason about why you should be creating LinkedIn carousels is that it increases brand awareness. Consider a carousel compared to a text post or even an image. Essentially, a carousel could be, if you've got 10 slides, it could be essentially 10 images. So there's lots of information you can convey to your audience, and this is perfect for brand awareness because you can brand up your carousel. Like I said, do check out the video about how to design your carousel, because that shows about why you can implement your brand logo, your slogan, and you can really make the carousel memorable with your color palette of your brand. It's really hard to increase your brand awareness with other types of content. For example, with text posts, if someone's scrolling through content in their feed and you've just done a text post, it's going to look like everybody else's. In contrast with carousel posts and video as well, you can brand your content, which is brilliant for brand awareness. If someone does scroll past your carousel, if you did use your brand colors and you had your logo there, at the very least, subconsciously, they're going to know that that was your content. And this is really, really critical, especially if you're creating high volumes of content. Now, my last reason about why you should be creating carousels is arguably the most important. You can provide so much value to your audience. This, of course, should be your main goal with any content you create. Whether you're trying to build up your personal brand or you're creating content on behalf of a business, you should be providing value. Nobody enjoys the hard sell. Think about all the content that you consume on social media. If someone's giving you value, maybe it's a free content checklist, a PDF, or another resource. If there's upfront value, you're going to start to have a positive association with that brand. And when you really do produce high volumes of content that gives value and you start to scale your content, there is going to always be a percentage of people who will be customers if you do have a product to sell. So you always want to lead with value. And if you think about a carousel, you arguably have, 10 slides, 15 slides, 20 slides, however long you want to make your carousel to just give so much value. Just like a picture speaks 1,000 words, you can have pictures in your carousel and you can also have text and just make something really, really clear to someone to really convey the message. If you are interested in creating high volumes of content for LinkedIn, I do have a video here all about how I use Notion as a content calendar to create high volumes and why a process is so important. I hope I've been able to convince you so far in this video about why you should be creating LinkedIn carousels. And if you're still watching, you're about to get the bonus tip. If you have liked this video so far, please do give it a like and subscribe if you're interested in maximizing your LinkedIn content. But now on to the bonus tip. The bonus tip is one that you're only going to really know if you've created a carousel already. And this is that carousels are really time efficient. Yes, there is the upfront time you do need to invest to create the carousel, but they're so easy to duplicate and use as future content. As a content creator, you should be making pillar content that you can post and also repurpose. If you've created a LinkedIn carousel and it's branded, it's got your logo, it's got your name, all you need to do then is strip away the text and start again. So carousels, once you do the initial work, which to be honest, 99% of people probably don't do, considering as carousels are not frequently used on LinkedIn, if you do that initial work that others aren't doing, you're then going to be able to create carousels which provide a lot of value to your audience, they look aesthetic in the feed, and they get people's attention. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope it's convinced you and told you exactly why you should be making LinkedIn carousels. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're interested on a tutorial on how to create them, definitely check out my video, and also check out my video about how to improve the design of your carousels once you get into the groove of things. I'd love to connect with you guys on LinkedIn, so do check out the description box. We'll have resources like other videos and also my LinkedIn handle. And please in the comments let me know what you thought about this video. I'd love to hear your suggestions, and please do subscribe if you found this useful.